There's a moment almost every cat owner knows. You sit down on the couch, maybe after a long day. Your cat walks over, and instead of curling up facing you or jumping into your lap, they turn around completely and sit with their back to you, just staring at the wall, or the window, or absolutely nothing. Most people laugh it off. Classic cat behavior, they say. Some feel a little rejected. And honestly, you wouldn't be wrong to wonder, did I do something? Are they upset with me? Here's the thing most owners don't realize. That moment, that small, quiet, seemingly indifferent gesture is one of the most meaningful things your cat can do. Not a sign of rejection, not boredom, something much deeper. And once you understand what's really happening, the way you see your cat will never be the same. Let's get into it. It is an act of trust, not dismissal. Think about this from a cat's perspective. In the wild, a cat's survival depends on awareness. Their eyes, their ears, every sense they have is constantly scanning for threats. Predators don't announce themselves. Danger can come from any direction. So when a cat turns their back on you, fully, deliberately, they are choosing to leave their most vulnerable angle unguarded. They are deciding that you will protect that space, that you don't need to be watched, that you are safe. Animal behaviorists have noted this extensively. Dr. John Bradshaw, a leading expert in anthrozoology and author of research on cat-human relationships, has pointed out that cats are fundamentally cautious animals. Their trust is not given, it is earned, slowly through consistent behavior. A cat that shows you their back isn't ignoring you. They are placing you in the role of guardian. Think about who you would turn your back to. Someone you don't know? A stranger? No. You only let your guard down around people you genuinely feel safe with. Your cat is doing the same thing. Here's what most owners miss, though. This behavior doesn't just mean trust in a general sense. The position itself communicates something very specific. They're saying, I don't need to monitor you. Cats are extraordinarily observant animals. Studies from the University of Lincoln have found that cats pay much closer attention to their owners than they let on. They track your movements, your tone of voice, even your emotional state. They notice when something is off. But a cat that chooses to sit with their back turned isn't tuning you out. They're signaling that monitoring you is unnecessary right now. In feline communication, constant eye contact and facing someone directly can actually be a sign of alertness, tension, or challenge. Direct staring between cats is often a display of dominance or threat. By contrast, a relaxed posture with their back to you means there is no threat here. There is no challenge. I am at ease. It's similar to the difference between sitting across from someone at a table, face to face, engaged, alert, versus sitting back to back with someone you completely trust, just comfortable in their presence. No performance, no tension, just two beings coexisting in peace. For a cat, that's an incredibly intimate statement. As an owner, the worst thing you can do in this moment is disrupt it. Resist the urge to immediately pick them up or force eye contact. Let them be. That stillness is a compliment. Before we move on, think about this. There's a second layer to this behavior that has to do with something even more primal. They are guarding you. Here's a perspective shift that might surprise you. When your cat sits with their back to you, they aren't just relaxing. In many cases, they are keeping watch on the environment in front of them. They are, in their own way, standing guard. Cats in group or colony settings naturally take turns monitoring their surroundings. The one facing outward watches for threats, while the one facing inward rests. It's a survival instinct built over thousands of years. When your cat sits with their back to you in your home, they may be doing something similar, watching the room, the door,
the window. You're behind them, safe. They've taken responsibility for what's in front. Research from the University of Tokyo found that cats develop what's called secure base behavior with their owners, much like human infants with caregivers. They use their owner as a safe anchor, and from that base, they feel confident enough to engage with the world around them. So that cat sitting with their back to you, looking out at the hallway or the living room, they feel secure enough near you to do what cats naturally do: watch, protect, observe. You're not being ignored. You're being guarded. That's not random. There's also something physical worth understanding here.
The position of comfort. Cats are also practical creatures, and sometimes the back-turned position is simply the most comfortable way for them to be near you and also face something interesting, like a window, a movement across the room, or a patch of light on the floor. But here's the key. They chose to be near you. They could have gone anywhere in the house. They picked your spot, your couch, your chair, your lap-adjacent area. The proximity is intentional, even if the posture seems detached. Feline behavior experts point out that cats are not social the way dogs are. They don't need to be face-to-face to feel connected. Their form of companionship is often about sharing space, being in the same room, existing in the same energy, without the pressure of constant interaction. So when your cat sits near you with their back turned and seems to be doing their own thing, they are doing their own thing, and they chose to do it next to you. That is their version of sitting beside you on the sofa. Their version of saying, "I like being where you are." If you want to respond in a way that reinforces the bond, try a slow blink in their direction when they glance back. It's a well-documented form of feline positive communication. Researchers have confirmed it signals friendly intentions and can actually strengthen trust between cats and their owners. And here's one more thing. The context of when this happens matters.
When and where it happens tells you even more. If your cat does this when you're stressed, anxious, or upset, pay attention. Cats are sensitive to human emotional states. Studies have shown they pick up on their owner's moods through body language, tone, and even scent changes associated with stress hormones. A cat sitting calmly with their back to you during a difficult moment isn't oblivious. They may be doing something instinctive, positioning themselves as a stabilizing, calm presence without overwhelming you with direct engagement. They offer closeness without demands, comfort without performance. Some cat owners report that their cats do this most frequently when they're working, reading, or in a low-energy state themselves. The cat reads the room, sees that this is a quiet time, and joins in, on their terms, not disrupting, just present. And if your cat falls asleep with their back to you, especially pressed lightly against you, that's the highest version of this. In that moment, they've decided not just to trust you while awake, but to lower their guard completely while unconscious. That's vulnerability. That's devotion. So the next time your cat walks over, turns around, and presents you with the back of their head, don't feel dismissed. Don't feel ignored. Feel honored. What they're telling you, in the quiet language that cats have used for thousands of years, is this: I trust you. I don't need to watch you. I feel safe next to you, and I choose to be here. Cats are not complicated creatures. They're just often misread ones. Every behavior, every posture, every small gesture has a meaning. And the more you learn to read those signals, the deeper the bond you'll share with your cat. If this gave you a new way to see your cat, go ahead and like this video. It helps more people discover this kind of content. And subscribe if you want to keep understanding the animal that's quietly, constantly communicating with you every single day. Your cat has a lot to say. You just have to know how to listen.